Shoulder pain is one of the most common pains that people have, and it's also one of the major causes of other pain in the body. And one of the root causes of almost all shoulder pain is a lack of shoulder extension. Extension is the backward motion of the shoulder, so shoulder going backwards. Most of us do not even have 0 degrees extension, which means the shoulder hanging straight down towards the ground. I know it looks like we do. Most people walking around have their arms hanging straight down, but what's really going on is they have negative degrees shoulder extension. So they're actually stuck out here, and to get it down to the ground, they hike their shoulder blade forward, which is the root cause of most of our forward shoulder blades, or they slouch their trunk forward. So the arm comes down because we have poor posture here. So lack of shoulder extension, being able to get it backwards, is a major cause of the forward shoulders that almost everybody has, and of the slumped trunk posture, which therefore goes out through the rest of the body. Because if your shoulders are rounded like this and you're hunched over through here, which we all are, it causes a lot of neck problems. It puts a lot of strain on the shoulder itself, puts a lot of strain on the elbow if you try to use your arms from here. It puts your low back and your mid back and down into the legs into a poor position. And most of that is coming from the fact that we don't actually have shoulder extension. And so we really would be walking around like zombies. We have a lot of people, it's about negative 30 degrees. So their arms would be stuck like this if they didn't hunch forward. A lot of my patients who have especially shoulder and neck issues have about negative 70 degrees. If you really think about what that means, their arm would be stuck here and they have to really hunch forward in order to get their arm hanging straight down. So this is a big root cause of not just shoulder problems, but also problems throughout the rest of the body. And what I want to show you right now is a stretch you can do to restore shoulder extension. It's really important that you do it very gently, that you stop at the very first sign of a stretch, and then you just let the tissue relax in that position. So let me show you how to do it. We're going to be placing the thumb side of our hand against the wall, but flat against the wall for the thumb side of our hand, then the front of our elbow, so where it bends in the front, place that against the wall. Then we're going to put our shoulder against the wall, so we have this straight line through here, and then we're going to put our trunk, our sternum, against the wall. If you can get into that position without a stretch, then you can go further, but most people will have a stretch even in that position. So just stay there and gently let that stretch relax. And you want the tissue just to relax during that. You spend about 10 seconds just in that position, and you want to feel whatever's tight relax during that time. If you can get in that position, then you can turn your sternum away. So you'll be on the wall right here, and you're going to turn your chest away from the wall so that it pops off away from the wall. We're going to be starting with the hand out about 30 degrees. So right about there. Arm out about 30 degrees, hand, elbow, shoulder, and chest against the wall, and then you turn if you don't have any stretch. And if you can turn so that your sternum is 60 degrees off from against the wall, then you can advance further your hand up the wall and go to 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and eventually 90 degrees. But start at 30 degrees, start against the wall, and see if you can turn your trunk away and stop at whatever the first stretch is. So I'll demonstrate on the wall. Hand against the wall, the thumb side against the wall, elbow against the wall, shoulder against the wall, sternum against the wall. And then you turn as far as you can with only the beginning of a stretch, ideally getting to 60 degrees if you can, and that's where I get the first stretch. So that's when I'm going to stay there. I would ideally be able to move my arm up the wall and do it from there, but I'm too tight to do that. Most people watching this video are probably going to find just getting the thumb, the elbow, and the shoulder against the wall will even be a stretch at that point. So that's all you want to go to. If you can, you get your sternum against the wall, that's great. And if you can do that without a stretch, then you can start advancing the turning motion. But this will help unravel shoulder tightness that will allow your arm to dangle at its side properly without you having to hunch forward into a bad posture. It will fix a lot of things over the long term if you do it on both sides, if you do it gently, because if you go too hard, you're just going to tighten everything up or rip through tissues and hurt things. So do it gently. But you do both sides, it only takes about 10 seconds. You can do it twice if you want, so 20 seconds on each side. That's only 40 seconds a day to make a big change in your shoulders and then your posture, and it will help your neck, upper back, your shoulders, and your elbows especially.